Hello and good morning. It's so wonderful to be here, and I am really excited to share with you some beautiful morning meditation practices. Hey Sherry, how are you? I'm really, really well. Thank you so much for joining me. So I'm just going to wait for a couple more people to join on the Facebook group live, and then we're going to get going. So if you want to join us, if you are on Instagram Live and you want to join me, join the rest of us for this morning meditation practice, then please grab yourself a cushion, make yourself comfortable, maybe get yourself a shawl, something to wrap up in, and prepare for a very deeply connecting, relaxing, and also energizing meditation practice. So if this is the first time that you're joining me live, then you will be happy to know that I do this every day. At 11:08, I make myself available here for my community. And a big part of what I do is reminding you all, reminding my tribe, that we hold the antidotes within us to the challenges that humanity, that the earth, that all sentient beings are currently facing. That all the answers to the problems, all the solutions can be found within us, deep, deep within us. And so I'm here as a guide and a support, a teacher, a sister to those in my community who want to embark on their journey, on their path of self-discovery. I'm here to support. So we are going to begin this morning meditation practice. So actually, this is a practice, a meditation practice that you can do any time. It doesn't have to be just in the morning. So I'm going to talk a little bit first about why I meditate in the morning, why it's important to meditate in the morning, and also throughout the day. So many of my students often tell me that when they meditate in the morning, the whole day is completely different. And they notice that. They notice dramatic, marked differences in the way that their day flows, the way that they react to certain situations, to other people, and also to their productivity, what they get done, and how much they get done. You know, and I feel the same way. I can notice a big difference between not meditating from one day to another. So I'm going to explain a little bit about what's going on here. It's something that, we hear a lot. You should meditate once a day in the morning. And what's really going on when we meditate? Why is it so important? So first and foremost, to start the day with a meditation is a gift to yourself. It really is a beautiful opportunity to, first and foremost, take time out just to be with you, just devote your own time to yourself. That practice, that self-practice is so, so important, because what we're doing every day with that routine is we're saying to ourselves that my practice, my routine, what I do to keep myself stable and sane and healthy is important to me. And that can become a habit. And then that habit is not that easy to shake. So when you've been doing something for months and for years, it just becomes a part of what and who you are. And to not do it feels strange. And that's where we want to get to. Because to be very honest with you, if you are committed to a meditation practice and to developing your staying power to meditate, The discipline is so important to get yourself down onto your mat, onto your meditation cushion, and just do it. Because in those early days, you're going to have all kinds of voices popping up, all kinds of feelings and sensations, all kinds of distractions wanting to pull you away from your meditation practice. And this is just a normal, ordinary mechanism that our mind and our body has that helps to protect us in some way. So by keeping us away from our meditation mat, we can be safer in some way. We're not going to be opening up, we're not going to be exposing ourselves, we're just going to be getting on with our normal life, which we know works and is easy. So we will find many ways to distract ourselves and to not keep coming back day after day, often if we're left to our own devices. So creating a routine and a disciplined practice around meditation is really, really important. Put it in your diary. Set your alarm every morning to go off at a certain time so you can meditate. Meditate way before anything else in the day has to begin, so that you're giving yourself that time and there's no excuses. There's nothing else that you need to do at that time in the morning. Now, I guarantee if you meditate every day, that you will see significant, dramatic changes in all aspects of your life. Not just from your psychological and emotional health, but also in your energy, your ability to react or to work on your reactions, to be aware of your reactions, your groundedness, your steadfastness. You will see a dramatic impact on your thought processes, on your thinking times, the clarity of your mind. You may even notice your skin and your hair start to change and improve. You may notice that your breathing is much more open, deeper and longer. You may notice your body is even starting to change, that you're holding yourself in a different way, that you feel more enlivened, stronger even, as blood is able to pump throughout your body because you're consciously breathing every day. There are so many powerful effects and impacts and benefits that meditating every day can have. So one of the things that we do, that I teach as part of any morning meditation practice, is something called navel pumping. And we're going to do that as well in a few minutes. And navel pumping is simply pumping at the navel, of course. So the navel is belly button's here, the navel's above it. And this is also where our solar plexus is. Our solar plexus is the Manipura chakra. It's yellow and it's just here. It's like our core, our trunk. And this chakra is associated with our sense of self-belief, our motivation, our drive, our commitment, our staying power. It's very much the place that we store stress, worry, anxiety that we're picking up on a day-to-day basis. So every morning when I meditate, I always do some form of navel pumping. And that's to activate the area here, which is one of the pranic, the energy points, main energy points, the 5 yogic energy points. It's firing up the digestive prana, but it's also just releasing and emptying that stagnant or dense energy that we're picking up on a day-to-day basis. So the worry, the anxiety, the stress that I was talking about, that stuff that's stored here on a day-to-day basis, we can just flush it out every morning so we can be fresh and vibrant. And this energy, which is really going to sustain and drive us throughout the day, can really do its work just to, do what it needs to do, rather than having to tend and be weighed down that the energy is here. So it always forms a very early part of my meditation practice, is navel pumping. What I also love to do during a morning practice, a morning meditation practice, is to balance the right which is the right side of the body, which is the left brain, which is the divine masculine aspect, and the left side of the body, which is the right brain, which is the divine feminine aspect. And I like to balance these energies. So what this is doing is it's bringing to alignment both aspects of the Kundalini energy. So the Kundalini energy is it's another central main channel of energy that runs from the base of the spine, from the Muladhara root chakra, and it comes all the way up the Sushumna Nadi, up to the third eye, and flows back down again. And this energy has two aspects. Well, it has three aspects. One is the divine feminine and one is the divine masculine. And they sort of snake all the way up and then they come all the way down. Okay, and so we are whole. Remember, we have both the divine masculine and the divine feminine aspects. And we need to activate these in order to remain balanced and remain whole. So the morning meditation practice always includes activating, for me, the divine masculine and divine feminine aspect. And then I also always have a very central mantra meditation to my practice. So this is often forming the bulk of my meditation. So having popped the navel and having done some balancing, I also like to include a mantra meditation. So really coming into the stillness of the mantra, allowing that mantra to wash over me. I can really come into that stillness and that silence and just allow those repetitions of that mantra to do its job, to expand my heart energy, to expand the entire energy field from the heart and everything around it. It's also working on the level of the mind. It's helping to process things. It's helping to delete thoughts. It's helping to just weed out anything that doesn't need to be there. And it's also helping us to cultivate this conscious awareness. And before that, I often do a breath technique also that is bringing energy and bringing light into the energy systems of the body, just to really enliven. So everything that I do in the morning is about bringing energy in. It's about enlivening the system with energy. It's about recalibrating, balancing, and eliminating any energies that we kind of just don't need for the day. And then really dropping into myself, really dropping into that silence to just be, to cultivate that conscious awareness every day, be with myself, be calm and focused for the day. So let's get into this practice. I recommend that you sit on a meditation cushion, which has a lot more weight to it. So I'm going to show you what I have. I've got a meditation cushion. It's pretty thick. I actually would like something a little bit thicker. It's round. And it means that there's not much, there is a lot of give, but it's pretty firm. And I recommend to have a firm seat and to be perched on the end. So if I'm on the meditation seat, then it's as if I'm sitting on the ground, which, you know, you kind of may as well be sitting on the ground. But if I'm perched on the end, then my feet are lower, which means my hips are higher and I'm less likely to get pins and needles and be uncomfortable. But my spine also, the base of my spine is elevated. So it means that this area of the core is open, and the diaphragm, which is up here, is also more open, so that I can breathe down more fully into my belly and really get that breath into the lungs, into the back and bottom of the lungs, and enliven myself further. Plus, it's easier for my back to just still be straight, but be able to kind of relax. Otherwise, what often we do is we hold ourselves, can you feel just raise yourself, hold, and like really hold those muscles on either side of the spine, like as if you're trying to keep yourself straight and you're at school and you're going to be inspected. We're programmed to do that, but it's not actually very helpful. And what happens is it can cause backache in the long run. So we want to just relax the spine actually and feel yourself sort of sink and that natural curve of the spine be there, and feel yourself I'm just relaxed. I'm relaxed here. I'm not holding myself up. I'm not tensing myself up. I'm just completely relaxed with my posture, my seated posture. So we're in Siddhasana, okay? So let's take our gaze inwards and let's start to simply become aware of the breath. So just breathe and take your inward attention to the breath. Nothing more, nothing less. It's just you and the breath. So allow your breath to get a little bit longer, a little bit slower, and a little bit deeper. And simply follow the flow of the breath in through the nose and out through the mouth or through the nose, whatever is natural for you. Just keep bringing your attention back to your breath gently, without judgment. And just be aware that the mind will wander. It's completely natural for the mind to do its thing. And one of the reasons that we meditate is to cultivate conscious awareness of the mind, to be able to understand what makes the mind tick. So it's important for us to learn to observe the mind, for it to be okay that the mind is wandering. Allow it, but simply bring the attention back to the breath and watch the mind. Observe any thoughts that are coming up, any sensations, any feelings, any emotions, any images. Simply observe them coming up and see what's there. And keep your attention with the breath. And when you're breathing, breathe down into the belly. So your upper chest and your ribs will open and expand just a little bit to allow that breath to come down to the diaphragm, the muscle just under the rib cage. The diaphragm will move, open, and expand to allow the lungs to take in more oxygen, to more air. And as you breathe, just pull in your navel, draw it in towards the spine until the exhale is complete. This will facilitate emptying the lungs. And then again, inhale. Inhaling fully, bringing that breath down into the lungs. And exhale, drawing the navel in, making sure that air is coming fully out of the body so it can be eliminated, detoxified. Let's take 3 deep inhalations through the nose. Hold the breath gently at the top of the inhalation and exhale through the mouth together. Inhale. Hold. Exhale through the mouth. Drawing that navel in. Inhale through the nose. Hold. Exhale through the mouth. And one final inhalation, hold, and exhalation. And exhale. Bring yourself back to a natural breath. Breathing naturally at your own pace, keeping your eyes closed. We're now going to begin breath of fire. We're going to exhale forcefully through the nasal passage, both nostrils, whilst we pump once at the navel inwards. So that's going to force the air out. So pumping whilst forcing the air out. And then we're going to relax the navel and we're going to allow the air to come naturally back in through the nostrils, or we're going to draw the air in through the nostrils. And then we're going to repeat. We're going to pump in at the navel, force the air out of the nostrils, and then relax and allow the air to come back in. So let's begin slowly and then we'll quicken this pace up. So hands facing down on your knees, relaxed. Let's begin. Focusing at your third eye. Okay, let's quicken this pace up. Keep pumping. If it feels a little bit sore or tender at the solar plexus, that's completely normal. It's just emptying that energy. It's just sensitive to the energy that's being held there. So keep going. But if it really is, if it's an intense sensation, then please do just stop and breathe naturally in through the nose and out through the mouth. But if you can, just give it a few more seconds and allow that to just soften. It's just going to release the energy. It can be, yes, very sensitive here. So keep going and focus at the third eye, behind the forehead, in the middle of the head, just at your third eye, rolling your eyes in and up to activate the pineal gland, the third eye portal. You may even see an indigo color glowing as you practice. So let's just do 20 more seconds of breath of fire. Let's inhale, bring that energy all the way to the top, to the third eye, hold the breath and hold the energy right here. And exhale. Take a few natural breaths. And let's move to our next practice. So taking your index and your middle finger of your dominant hand and placing it at the middle of the forehead. We're going to close the right nostril, either with a thumb or, if you're using the left hand, with the ring finger. So keeping the right nostril open, the left nostril open and the right closed. Let's inhale here through the left nostril. Inhaling fully, bringing that energy all the way in and up. And then we're going to close the left nostril with the ring finger or the thumb if you're on the other side, and exhale through the right. That's one round. Close the right, inhale through the left. Close the left, exhale to the right. And that's 2 rounds. Let's do another 10 rounds of this. Inhaling through the left and exhaling through the right. And again, we're just gently inhaling here. This shouldn't be a strain. We're bringing the breath right down into the belly, allowing the rib cage to open and the breath to come all the way down the belly to be full and open. And as we exhale, we're drawing that navel in and exhaling, bringing the air out from the lungs fully. We may even just want to watch that breath come in and flow into the body, and as it leaves, come out and sort of flow out of the body. We can maybe keep our attention with the central channel, watching the air come in and move up and down the central channel. Or we can keep our attention here behind our index and middle finger at the third eye, just to keep that inner focus. So the third eye is the seat of our intuition. It's the seat of our soul, and it's the access point to other realms. And so it very much is a portal. It's also activating the pituitary gland, this mudra, when we look in and up to the third eye, which is helping us to balance our hormones. It works with the master gland, the hypothalamus. So this is a really important practice for not just balancing the divine masculine and feminine aspects, as we spoke about earlier, but also for toning the vagus nerve. So bringing that breath in, we're toning one of the main nerves that regulates our nervous system. It helps us drop into that rest and digest mode. And it also, also bringing energy, focusing in on the central channel, it helps us to enliven our brain health. So there are many studies that talk about the brain chemistry being activated as the central current is activated. So there are hormones which are activated that help to nourish and keep the brain clear and healthy and keep the hormones and the happy hormones balanced. So let's do just 1 or 2 more rounds to bring us up to 12 rounds. And when you're finished here, bring your palms back down to the knees, keeping your eyes closed, and again, return to a few natural breaths. We're now going to do 6 rounds of prakasha. Prakasha is a beautiful breath kriya, bringing light in from the root. We're going to breathe and inhale in 7 equal parts as we guide the light all the way up the Sushumna Nadi, the central channel. And we get to the third eye, we're going to hold the breath and we're going to shower that light all around us. And then we're going to exhale through the nose. This is a beautiful technique, bringing that abundance of light in, enlivening our consciousness, enlivening our energy. So let's begin. We're going to sip the air in 7 equal parts to form 1 inhalation. You can even follow the breath all the way up all of the chakras, the 7 chakras. So let's begin. Inhale. Hold the breath at the top, focusing at the third eye. And then exhale through the nose. Drawing that navel in and allowing all this light to shower all around us, taking our attention back to the base of the spine. And then again, inhale in 7 equal parts. Hold the breath at the top. Focus at the third eye. And exhale, shower that light all the way around us. And then 4 more breaths. Hold the breath at the top at the third eye. Focus. Hold a little bit longer this time, and then exhale through the nose. Allow that light to shine all around you. 2 more breaths. Come back to a natural breath after your 6 rounds. We're going to move to a mantra practice. So we begin with a natural breath and we focus at the frontal lobe, the prefrontal cortex. And we're going to silently chant Hrim, H-R-I-M. We're going to imagine a light glowing at the very front of the brain, the prefrontal cortex, where we process our emotions, our feelings, our experiences. We're going to then chant Shrim as we focus on the left hemisphere of the brain and imagine a light lighting up the left side of the brain. Shrim. S-H-R-I-M. We're then going to move to the right side of the brain. Imagine the right side of the brain lighting up, and we're going to chant Klim. K-L-I-M. Moving back to the front. Hrim. Left. Shrim. Right. Klim. Front. Left. Right. Visualize the lights in each side part of the brain lighting up. At the front, Hrim, left, Shrim, and right, Klim. Keeping your eyes closed, keep your attention flowing with the direction of the mantra. Hrim, the Bija sound for Durga, the creative intelligence, for love. Shrim, on the left side, the Bija sound for Lakshmi, the divine feminine aspect. Action, linear, peace. And Klim, the right side, the Bija sound for Kali, also the divine feminine aspect. Formless, abstract, creative, and compassion. Hrim, Shrim, Klim. Front, left, right. Durga, Lakshmi, Kali. Hrim, Shrim, Klim. Front, left side, right side. Keep this movement going. Keep the visualization of the lights, creating a triangular shape, lighting up all these parts of the brain. Keeping yourself present to this practice. Hrim, Shrim, Klim. balancing the energy of the brain, supporting the biochemistry of the brain, the production of hormones, the processing of our emotions, our feelings. Clarity of the brain, harmonizing frequencies of the brain, cellular function of the brain. Enlivening our attention and our focus, our ability to channel transcendental wisdom, calming the nervous system. This is a beautiful practice for brain injury and for any nervous system associated imbalances, such as dementia, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's. Keeping your attention with a mantra. Drop into the mantra and just follow the light. Allow the mantra to do you. Rim, shrim, klim. Rim, shrim, klim. While you lightly keep your attention with the front, the left, and the right of the brain, lightly. Dropping further and further into this practice. Relaxing the face, the shoulders, the arms. And spine strong and relaxed. Spinal fluid activated from root to crown. Rim, shrim, klim. Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati. Front, left, right. Dropping into the mantra. Dropping into the mantra. Relax. Allow the mantra to do you. Let it wash over your mind, wash over the brain. Hrim, shrim, klim. Visualizing the triangle of light, enhancing, optimizing, energizing the brain. Dropping into this stillness and silence. Just you and the mantra, you and the breath, you and the light. You and the breath. Just you and the breath. You and the mantra. Hrim, shrim, klim. And following the next round, release the mantra and just continue with the lights. Visualize the light in the triangle. Allow the lights to guide you as you release the mantra. The mantra dissolves into the silence, into the void. And then finally, gently let go of the light, the visualization. Take a few deep breaths. Bring your palms together at your heart center. Bow down to yourself. Bring your palms down and sit in silence as you allow intention for the day to arise into your field of consciousness. And when that intention arises within your field of consciousness, take a moment to bring it into your heart and allow the energy, the vibration of that intention to just permeate, wash all over your body, all over your mind, all over your energy system. So encode your entire being, your entire system with this intention. Then simply bring yourself back to center. Take a few deep breaths. Open your eyes and come back into the space, come back into the room. I very much hope that you've enjoyed this meditation. Please do stay in silence, stay in this beautiful place. For those of you that want to know more about developing your own self-practice, your own self-care, your own professional practice, please check out our brand new course, Holistic Medicine Practitioner Training. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Get in touch, leave me a comment, send me a message, let me know how you got on. So looking forward to connecting with you soon. Namaste.